All right, homies, let's get ready to do this thing, man. We could have played a little bit more, man. Alpha rule number 1. Alpha rule number 2. All right, man. So what's good, homies? What's good? It's your man, Dr. BOA, man. We back up in the thing again, man. Y'all know we had to come in here. Been a long time since we came through with the prism of the ism, man, but we got to come through and do it. Somebody asked me a question. Doc, why don't these guys understand how to deal with women? And you know what the problem is? They don't want to try. They don't want to apply pimp principles to the square world, man. They believe that because they're in the square world that they got good girls, man. Let me tell you something, bro. What you have is smoke and mirrors, a mirage, homie. And we're gonna get to the bottom of it today. Today's topic: top 10 pimp principles to keep you from getting played, like Papoose, Steve Harvey, and Will Smith. Those 3 men have one thing in common: they put the wrong type of woman in the wrong position in their lives. They took 3 or 4s and made them wives, man. And you just can't do it. What we found out is that men overlook everything when it comes to a woman. And we're going to cover some things today to let y'all men know, hey, man, you can't be overlooking these things. They're there for a reason. The signs are there for a reason. And this is the season to discuss those reasons. That's up to the GLG. Salute to the Alpha Sphere. Hey, man, y'all know what we about to do. We about to go incognito, because when we talk this ism, there's always some suckers on the scene, man, and we ain't really got time for it. We don't play those games over here, man. So we going to do it like this, man. If you want to be a member of this live chat, because we about to go ham in here, you want to be a part of it, go ahead to the main channel page. Next to the subscribe button, you'll see a join button. Click that join button. Come on back to the kiosk and rock out with us, homies. Rock out with us, man. If not, hey, man, stay tuned in. I appreciate you listening. And if you super chat your question, I will make sure I get to each and every one of them. In the meantime, man, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, first of all, let me say this. This is not an attack on these guys, because these guys don't need to be attacked. They have attacked themselves over the years by putting the wrong woman in the wrong position in their lives, man. They put a woman who's sour in a position of power in their lives, man. And so we're not tearing them down. But if you put yourself out in the world and you become an example of what men shouldn't do, don't you want us to use you? Don't you want us to be able to point at you and say, look at this man. He did what I'm telling you not to do. Don't you want to be that? Of course you do. And with the help of BOA, you're going to be that. Another thing I want y'all to understand. The number one thing that these men did is they believe a woman loved them. Let me tell you something, brothers, and I want y'all to understand this. A woman loves the feeling of being loved by you. And that makes her instantly reciprocate things that she thinks are commensurate with that feeling you give her. But it's not true to her, it's true to you. She can't reciprocate the same level of dedication to you that you present to her, because she's ultimately dedicated to herself. This isn't bad. This isn't good. It's just true, homies. So we don't deal with women in terms of bad and good, man. We deal with terms of women and we deal with women in terms of what's real and what's fake, homie. And that's what we're doing. And what's real is she loves the feeling of being loved by you, but can't reciprocate the same level of dedication. So if you're expecting a woman to love you like you love her, that's your first mistake. That's how you end up supporting a woman through a 6-year bid, and she come out and sleep around with the help. That's how you end up putting a woman in the position of wife when she's already been down through there with relatives, and then you just don't do it. This how you end up putting a woman in the position of wife who keep embarrassing you, confessing her love for another man, pretty much letting the world know that she wished that man was here and you were gone. If she had to pick, she would want you to be gone and want that other man to be here. All because you believe that you're going to get some type of reciprocated version of what you give her, man. If that's the case, then you think men and women are equal. And if you think men and women are equal, then being like these boys will be your sequel, homie. Got a couple of chats up in here right quick. Let me get them. Let me get them out, man, because we about to go ham up in here, man. All right, Tupac with a mohawk, man. Appreciate you joining the Alpha family, man. Appreciate you coming back to the squad, man. MPI, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it, man. CAB, appreciate you, man. Hanging in there. You know, sticking with the family, brother. I appreciate it. Darren Morgan, appreciate the $50 sponsorship of the show, man. I appreciate it. Salute to you. TJ Patterson, T-Pat, what's good, man? Appreciate the dub, man. Appreciate it. So let's get into this thing. SJ3, my brother, salute to you, man. Salute to you. Let's get ready to do it, man. Let's get ready to do it. Now, these set of clips are arranged in a way where we're going to cover, these clips are going to represent everything we have on this list. They're not in any order, but they're going to represent what we have on here. And so we're going to watch them, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to take the lesson from each one of these clips, man. So let's get into it, brothers. Let's get into it.
5 Laverne police officers were fired and 3 were recently suspended after an investigation found one officer was in intimate relationships with several other officers. According to the human resources director for the city, the mayor got an anonymous tip that a female officer was engaging in sexual relations with at least 3 other male officers. She also reportedly sent nude photographs and explicit videos to multiple co-workers. The HR director recommended the firings and suspensions, and the mayor signed off on that decision.
I don't care what you believe you can do. You could have all the money in the world. You could have all the fame in the world. You can have all the connections in the world. You can have the most amazing physique in the world. You could be as tall as she wants you to be or as short as she wants you to be. You could have no kids. You could have 10 kids. You can have the nicest cars. You can have nothing. You can have, it don't matter who you are. You could never turn a hoe into a housewife because she ain't gonna never be a housewife. She gonna always be what she's been. She is who she was raised to be, but she's a hell of an actress. So in the beginning, she can give you the things that you want. But the problem is y'all so quick to tie yourself to a woman, so quick to be emotionally needy, so quick to be emotionally greedy. Man, let me tell you, you can't even understand that the woman is seedy, man. Listen, brother. If she's sleazy, then getting over on you shouldn't be so easy. But you're so desperate to have the woman that you think you deserve that you'll try to shape the woman that you meet who's not that woman into that woman. And you just can't do it. You just can't do it, man. This is going to be your result. Eventually, the hoism is going to take over her. The same way the ism going to always take over me. Man, let me tell you something. Even if I found myself in a beta male situation, I ain't gonna never be a beta male. But if I found myself in a beta male situation, one day soon, I'm going to wake up and the prism of the ism, it's going to jump into my spirit and tell me, homie, you know you're being a sucker, right? And I'm going to say, you know what, Prism? I am being a sucker. Let me get my shit together. And I'm going to snap out of it. But these guys, they don't understand that a woman is the same way. She could be the perfect wife to you for a short period of time. But it's because that's what you want. She'll do what she has to do to put herself in the position that she wants to be in. Once she has the position, she ain't got to cater to you no more. She ain't got to pander to you no more. You done mess around and put her in a position that you can't easily get her out of. Now you got an unworthy wife in your life. It don't make sense, brothers. Embarrassing you doesn't matter to her. She doesn't care about embarrassing you if she's not embarrassed. Her actions have to embarrass her first. And in most cases, they just don't. She's just not embarrassed by any of this. She's not embarrassed by it, man.
Let me get a camera on this nigga. Hey, yo, get back. Hey, yo. Get back. You got it. Everybody back. Hey, I got to wait before you go. Can I make a video with you? A 30-second TikTok. No, sir. No, back up. Right there, this time. Back up. Come on, Chris. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Everybody back up. Hey, push him back. I'm going to say, rate my drip. Would you date me dressed like this? Let's go. She said it. You got it? No, you don't. That's him. That's him.
Hold on, clear the way. Back up. Yeah, he with me.
Get back. They don't want no cameras. They don't want no cameras.
Yeah, excuse me.
Slow down, boss man. It's gonna get happen.
Hey, everybody back up. Back up. Everybody back up. I like that. Let's do it. Give me full body.
Come on, y'all. Come on.
Excuse me.
Nobody gonna do shit. I'm
Ain't about that, boss.
We good.
Hey, get back. Hey, look, can you rate my drill like 1 through 10? You know this is real pressure. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Real pressure. I put that shit on. Back up. A 10? Out of 10. So look, would you date a dude dressed like this? Yeah. Oh, I like it. Wait. Can you do like a 360 to the camera? Let me see. Ooh. Wait, can you shake
This is why Diddy won't take her seriously. This is why he automatically put her in the jump off the plaything position. And when he was ready to have a kid, he had a kid with a more respectable woman. Why? Because you have to accept the fact when a woman's need for pleasure supersedes any other thing she wants in her life. And pleasure doesn't mean just physical pleasure. Validation is emotional and mental pleasure for a woman. It is self-respect pleasure for a woman. It is self-esteem pleasure for a woman, is, for lack of a better way to put it. That's what it is. And so her need for pleasure supersedes everything else. You got to understand that sometimes that will mean physical pleasure. That will mean that when things aren't going right at home with you, she'll run into the arms of another man. That does mean that when she thinks things aren't going right at home, or when she can make an excuse that things aren't going right at home, she'll run right into the arms of another man. You got to understand that the way a woman carries herself when you meet her is the way she is. It doesn't matter if she's finally trying to figure it out in life. You can only trust the woman who has been that way her entire life. She can't change. See, the way that I am, have I dibbled and dabbled and ran the streets a little bit? Yes, but I was never one of those guys that just ran through and smashed everything I possibly could. I've never been that way. I'm not that way now. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even have to go outside and I have phenomenal options. And not just in the States. All over the world, I have phenomenal options. And I'm not talking about options that I always got to try to go see. I'm talking about options that are hit that across the ocean come to me. I just have options. You know why? Because I focus on other things, but I've always been this way. I didn't just start this. So you can't deal with a woman who just started trying to act like she's a good girl, because you know what happens is the problems that she encountered from not being a good girl have started to weigh so heavy on her that she knows she needs to make a change, or she's going to be overwhelmed even more than she is right now. So when a woman shows you that her need for pleasure supersedes everything else, that means self-respect. That means respect for you. That means shut up and obedience. That means everything. When her need to feel good about herself is the most important thing to her. And listen, that's not to say every woman is going to be, that's her lifestyle. But if a woman has gone through things in her life that make her feel low about herself, you got to avoid that woman until she get her shit together. Because that woman, all she's going to do is use you to elevate her own self-value, her own self-worth. And the only way she can get that is from leeching that energy from you. So I'm not saying every woman who's like that has always been that way. There are some women who have been good their entire lives, made one bad decision, a couple of bad decisions, got some consequences, repercussions. But now it ain't your business to worry about what a woman has been through in her damn life, man. That's not your problem. Whatever she's gone through in her life, that was because of her choices. I don't care about nothing that a woman has gone through before she met me. Who cares? It ain't got nothing to do with me. If it got something to do with me, yeah, I care about it. If I've done some things to mess you up, come on, baby girl, let's see what we could do about it. What can I do to make things better? I did that. But if somebody else did that, or your life was a certain way, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't care. I ain't got no sympathy. I ain't got no empathy. I ain't got no nothing. All I got, listen, man, let me tell you something. You give her sympathy. You give her empathy. All I can give her is pimpathy. That's all I got. That's why you got to keep your gators on her neck, man. You can't be around here, man, acting like, you know, that you the savior and you gonna save the woman and you gonna give her what no man has ever given. Girl, I love you. You can't do that. No matter what you do. That's not your life, dog. And you can waste your time doing it if you want to, but it ain't gonna turn out well for you. So, number one is she is who she was raised to be, but she acts well. That's how she ended up being a wife and then going to the police department freaking around with everybody. Number two, her need for pleasure supersedes everything. So even a woman who feels good about herself, she's different and she behaves differently because she feels good about herself. Let something happen in her life where she doesn't feel good about herself anymore, and you'll see that her need for pleasure will start to supersede everything. That's why it's called self-esteem. That's why it's called self-worth. That's why it's called self-value. If she can't give it to herself, then she's going to be out in the world trying to find it, and it takes a whole bunch of validation from the world to equal the validation she can give herself. Trust me when I tell you that, man.
If you have to convince a sister, a woman, that you are a good option, that you're her best option, right? By jumping through hoops, by proving yourself, by buying her stuff, by telling her what she wants to hear, she's not the one for you. That's what I tell my sons. Why do I say that? Because she clearly does not see you as her best option, right? She thinks you're just one of many, or maybe you're okay, but maybe another better one is coming, right? Now, if you finally convince her to marry you, what's going to happen in that relationship? What's going to be the power dynamic in that relationship? You've basically signed up for a life of her on a pedestal and you working overtime to please her. And sisters, unfortunately, hate it when I talk about this, right? Because this is the model we've been presented by society. A man's job is to please you. A man's job is to make sure you are happy. A man's job is to cater to you, etc. And the reality is, certainly as far as the deen is concerned, it's actually the opposite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam have taught us as women the importance of pleasing our husbands, of catering to our husbands, of looking after our husbands. If you
The number 3 pimp principle that you apply to your dealing with square world women to keep them getting played like Papoose, Steve Harvey, and Will Smith is you got to be her boss, not her partner, and damn sure not her worker. You hear what this woman just said? You end up putting her on a pedestal and you're working to prove. How you gonna work to prove anything when you the boss? You got to remember the woman coming into your life. You ain't going into hers. Margie came into Steve Harvey life. Jada came into Will Smith life. Pap, even with Pap. Now, the way it's structured, you can say, well, Remy was famous. I don't give a damn about her fame. I'm talking about as a man, a woman coming into your life. You're making her your wife. You decide that you want to marry that woman. So you be her boss, not her partner. You make her do the proving. She's supposed to be the one proving to you. What you doing? What you trying to convince the woman that you the best option for her? Why are you trying to increase her interest or increase her attraction? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And this is real talk, man. If you out here trying to increase a woman attraction, man, that means that you ain't trying to increase her attraction. You trying to make her attracted to you. If a woman's attracted to you, you don't have to increase her attraction. You're trying to make her attracted to you. Man, what the hell are you doing? Why would you even want a woman who don't want you, fool? It's the most beta thing I ever heard of. That's how Steve ended up with Margie. He ended up with a woman who didn't want him until she ran out of other options. See, when a woman got D-boys her whole life, ain't no celebrity finna deal with her. She's street level. But Steve just happened to know her back when she was street level. And she plugged into him. Because she looked around her and she realized all the young D-boys, they didn't want no woman her age with her baggage. And then probably just out of respect for the OGs that she was on the streets with. They didn't want that. Listen, man, they didn't want to take chance on nobody, Nicky Barnes and them, man. You know, getting in there and getting mad by the broad and telling on them. So you got to remember that, man. Like, you got to make her earn everything she gets, and you can't make her earn shit while you trying to earn things too. It's not your job to earn nothing from a broad, man. Let me tell you something. Boy, the greatest thing you can ever do for a woman is give her access to your life, man, in the position of wife. That's a gift to her. She ain't no gift to you. That's a gift to her. Her gift to you is being a helpmeet. How's she gonna be a helpmeet when you doing all the helping? It don't make sense to be doing it, man. I'm telling you, man. Y'all got to understand. And see, you see that woman from another culture? She from another culture. You got to have a woman, man, that's tied to a patriarchal culture, that feels embarrassed to not honor her patriarchal culture. Who knows that, not just embarrassed, because the men are coming down on her, but because the women that she respects perpetuate that culture. That culture emanates from every pore of their being, man. If you ain't got a woman like that, what in the hell you trying to marry somebody for, dog? In any country. It don't matter what country you in. It's some hoes all over the world, man. It's some hoes in the village in Africa too. But not many of them. You know why? Because there's consequences and repercussions to living that lifestyle. Trying to make a woman earn something, man. Like, come on, bruh. I mean, trying to earn something from a woman. You working to convince her that you're who you know you are. Don't you understand she dumb if she don't know who you are? Why are you trying to convince a fool to accept you for who you are, man? Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Cut it out.
How important is it for your women? I'm stuttering. How important is it for your woman to contribute income to your household?
0. None. Doesn't matter.
Not at all?
None.
Do you feel it?
What do you mean?
The connection? You don't mind if she's like a housewife?
No, absolutely not. As long as she has her own things and goals that she wants to do, that's all that matters.
حبيبي وانا جنبك تعرف بحس بإيه وانا في حضن قلبك.
She wants you for the money. She wants you for the money. If you ain't got no money, she don't really want you. She wants you for the money, but she wants you for the money in exchange for just the honey. So she wants you to give her access to all the resources you have in exchange just for her body. That's all she got. You just heard a woman ask, so it's okay if I'm just home and be a housewife? He cool with that. She wants access to everything you have just to share her body with you. And maybe not even exclusively in this day and age. So you got to understand, man, that when you put yourself in a position as a man, or you're in a position to provide and protect, man, you got to get more from a woman than that. If you don't make a woman be a helpmeet in your life, you are dishonoring God, man. You disrespecting God if you don't make that woman be a helpmeet in your life. That's her purpose for you. You disrespecting the Most High, man. He made her for a reason. You mean tell me you're going to let her get by without even giving you what she was made for? Her best skill is to be your helpmeet. And the helpmeet ain't got nothing to do with cleaning up your damn house, man, and washing your clothes. I want y'all to understand, man, that it's your job to make sure you get the best out of the woman in your life. And if you can't get the best out of her, then you're going to get the less out of her. And I'm going to be honest with you. How you going to deal with that mess out of her? You ain't got time for it. Either she give you everything she got or you put her up out the spot. Y'all crazy, man, get in these situations, man. That same way Margie looked at Steve. No, you just stay at home. As long as you got your own thing to do, you have access to all this money. Do whatever you want to do. I'll give you all of it. That's not the way to be, brothers. It's not the way to be. So yes, she wants you for the money, but listen, you got to accept the fact. If you're getting money, a woman wants you for the money. That's just how it is. Now she's supposed to be your helpmeet, but I mean, in exchange for that, you provide. That's just the reality of it, man. Now, if you're gonna be in a situation like that, if you go to one of these patriarchal cultures, and you tell that man you want his virgin daughter, man, you're gonna have to provide for her. You're gonna have to prove to that man gonna need proof that you can provide for his daughter. That's why you pay a dowry. You pay a dowry because they're like, okay, if you can afford to pay this, then I believe that you're in a good enough position to take care of my wife. Take care of my daughter. So it's not just here; it's all over. As a man, that's the position you put yourself in when you make that decision. But here, a woman just wants to give you sex in exchange for whatever it is you offer. And my thing is, how is that worth whatever it is you have to offer when she's giving it to men for much less? Let me tell you something, bro. A woman is worth whatever the lowest price she's giving herself away for. If it's free, then she's worth the free. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Y'all be worried about body count. I don't worry about body count. I'm more concerned with how many, how free have you been to just be intimate with folks? Because your value diminishes tremendously. Like if a woman been intimate with two men and she been in 2 long-term relationships, it's different from a woman who been intimate with 2 men and she was intimate with those 2 men and it was a one-night stand. For me, the energy of that represents that you place no value on the thing that you're trying to exchange with me for my provision. You know what I'm saying? You want my provision for this thing that you have given away freely and have not been provided anything. Why would I do that? Why would you do that? Why would any of us do that? It makes no sense, man. You got to understand, man. I tell you all the time, your life is your first business. It don't matter what other business you start. Your life is your first business, man. And that's really just the main thing you got to understand. That woman is an employee in your business. Put her ass to work or fire her.
I just believe God has to be a woman. Why? Can you create life? But God creates life. Can a woman create life? So what would be the closest thing to God? The creator of life would be a woman. But of course a man, because they have muscle, would trick the rest of the world into believing that man would be in. If war and people fighting is the least smartest thing in the world to do, and that's men do that all day. It's the most destructive thing to do. It's bad for business, but it's good for someone else's, whoever's selling bullets. So if, men been running this shit for a while and shit is fucked up. I would love to see what life looks like with women running things. I would love that.
If she believes things like this sucker right here just said, and I'm going to be honest with you, man. Dame dropped some gems when it comes to business. But he's another one of those guys that know a lot about business. But when it comes to dealing with women, that boy knows as much about dealing with women as a butterfly know about pouring a bowl of cereal up, man. That boy don't know nothing. So when you hear a woman, if you hear a woman repeat this type of stuff, well, a woman is God. A woman got one time tell me anything about a god or a goddess that she believes is a woman, and I'm done with her. She don't fit in my life. You know what I'm saying? She don't fit in the business that in my life. We don't hire those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? We don't hire those kind of people, man. That's just what we don't do. This business right here, man, we try to sustain and maintain a certain work environment and employee morale, and we can't have nobody around here, man, talking that kind of thing, man. This business, man, it don't fly at this business. You understand what I'm saying? And so if a woman is talking that type of stuff, man, and how she's, the goddess of the air and the goddess of the water bottle and the goddess of the clipboard and the goddess of the camera lens and and the goddess of the mouse and both mice, the rodent mouse and the computer mouse. If the woman is, if she the goddess of the cell phone charger and the goddess of the Bible and the goddess of the t-shirt tag and all of these different goddesses and all that, man, I don't want to hear nothing about that. You got to avoid that woman, man. That woman is lost. She don't even know her position. Just like Dame don't know his position. Any woman who thinks she creates life, man, she don't know. She doesn't know the basic premise of human nature. She doesn't know the basic premise. So she's not smart enough to be in your business. And that's what you got to keep in mind, man. She don't know nothing.
You said, wait a minute. I'm a professional woman. And you're a failure. Don't tell me nothing about your profession. You're a failure if you can't keep a man. No profession can make you happy. No profession. Call yourself whatever the hell you want to. If there ain't a man in your life to make you happy, your profession can never do for you what God made man to do for you. How do you rest his mind, sister? When that man is productive when he comes home. He needs to rest and draw strength again to go back and produce some more.
If you can't teach her, you can't reach her. If you can't teach the broad, you can't reach the broad. That's just the bottom line. And listen, a woman isn't a bad woman because she won't listen to you. She just ain't meant for you. Let her go on. Don't try to make her listen to you. A woman will naturally listen to the man that she's supposed to listen to. If that's not you, let her ass go on, man. She the one lost without a man. You're not. You find me a woman who has no man, she's lost without a man. Guarantee it. She may be making money. She may be doing this. She may be doing that. But she has no willpower to do the things that she needs to be doing, man. Let me tell you something. She got something going on that she needs to do less of. She got something going on that she needs to do more of. And both of those things can benefit her. But she can't do it. Man, a woman's life is not in complete order if she don't have a man guiding her. So you look at a woman who making money and she'll say, I got my own money. I got my degrees. I got my own money. I got my own car. I got my own house. But yeah, you're drinking a whole bottle of wine every damn night. That means that you got alcohol problems too. So with all of that stuff you got, tell us about the stuff you have that you're not proud of. And then you'll soon hear that woman needs a man's guidance in her life. But if you can't teach her, you can't reach her. And so you can't keep her because you don't need her. That's where shut-uppiness and obedience come from. If you can't teach her, then you can't reach her. Am I saying the woman has no information that she can share with you that you don't have? No, none of us knows everything. But I'm talking about when it comes to the interaction between the two of you, how things are supposed to go in the household, how she's supposed to be a woman for you, what kind of man you're going to be for her. She needs to be listening and taking notes. Man, I tell women all the time, man, listen, when I meet a woman, I make sure she got a pen and pad out taking notes. And if she don't want to do it, I always wait till like the second or third conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, listen, you probably should be taking notes now. Well, I know I listen to everything you say. Okay, so in our first conversation, what did I say about blah, blah, blah? What did I say about this? You know what I'm saying? What did I say about, shut up and obedience? What did I say about that? Well, you said, now you see why you need to take notes. So from now on, take notes. And I normally do that in the second conversation. Take notes. Because you need to take notes. And a woman may listen, if you tell a woman that, she has the right to it's not that she's questioning you if she doesn't understand it. She needs understanding. You can't expect a woman to just do some shit that you can't make her understand. And so you know what I tell her? I say, look at your degrees. In order to pass an exam, what do you have to do? You have to study, right? You can't just listen to an audio book and all that. No, you have to study. You can't listen to the audio lecture. You got to study. If you're a lawyer and you took the bar exam, what do you have to do? You have to study. I was dating a little doctor chick, man, and I was like, so when you went to med school before your residency and all that, what you have to do? You have to study, right? You have to pass exams all the time, right? You have to know these things, and so you study them. And one part of studying is taking notes. So this is the most important thing in your life. Being a part of my life is the most important thing in your life. Why? Because you're adamant about trying to do it, and you already got your career together. You already got all these things together. So you need to understand that you need to apply that same pressure to this situation. You need to learn how to do this. You know, and I listen, one thing I tell a woman from the gate, I say, everything you think you know about men and relationships, forget all of that shit. Because none of it's gonna apply here. And of course, oh man, sure. Well, you know what? I have some, you know, I was in a relationship for what's called, and I say, are you single right now? Yes. Okay, well, that means whatever the hell you think worked didn't work. You're single right now. Not by choice. You were just in a relationship that didn't work. So you have to break down her will to think she knows about a bunch of shit just because she has a degree. A woman with a degree is the easiest woman to navigate because she don't know shit else, and it's easy to show her that she doesn't. If she spent 10 or 12 years going through degree programs and into a career, trying to build herself into that career, she don't know nothing else about nothing else. And honestly, man, she the easiest woman to teach. Because she's the easiest woman to show, because she's used to getting the answer right. If you got a woman who ain't never had to prove nothing with her mind, she just walking around saying, I'm so smart, but she ain't never had to prove she was smart. She ain't never had to prove she was intelligent. She ain't had to never prove that she could hold on to information and repeat that information on an exam. Then that woman, she thinks she knows everything because she's never been proven wrong about anything. But a woman who has been in school before, she done made a grade that she wasn't proud of before and thought she knew more than that. She the easiest woman to navigate, man. So these are the type of women that I deal with, because these are the type of women that respond to my energy. The shit that I say, I can't say this to a woman who ain't got no type of knowledge, no type of sense, or no proof that she's ever learned shit. You can't say it to her, because she gonna think everything is a theory, or hypothesis or something like that. She's never gonna assume that what you have is facts, because she don't know if she got no facts on nothing. You dig what I'm saying? So I do all of these things, man. Like, this is the way I interact with women, man. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna be who I am with every woman, no matter how beautiful she is. You think of the most beautiful woman you could ever find, they're gonna be my energy with her. And either she gonna respond to it positively, or I'm gonna drop her ass off at the curb over there, and I'm gonna keep moving with my life so she can keep moving with hers. Listen, a woman ain't hurt because you don't talk to her. And you ain't hurt because she don't talk to you. The very moment you realize that she's not a woman that should be in your life, you got to cut her loose, man. You got to send her over there to the other side. That's what you got to do. And I tell y'all men this all the time. Let's get back into this thing, man.
A couple months later, not even a month later, I'm getting served with papers for back child support, because I never went in and modified my child support from $16,000. And I had been giving her money the whole time. I would just give her cash. I would send it to her account. But I wasn't paying it through the state. Like, whenever, so they basically went in and said, all right, well, you didn't pay the state of Illinois. So basically you didn't give her nothing. And I'm telling the judge, like, look, I got documents. These are receipts from cashier's checks. This is over $1 million I've given this girl. They're like, no, that was a gift. If you didn't give it to the state of Illinois, that was a gift. I'm like, are you serious? Wow. Yeah, bro. So they hit me with a crazy, this just happened. They hit me with a crazy tab. You know what I'm saying? And now she's going after my pension. She's trying to go after my pension. And I'm like, but it is what it is. Like, I feel like, I blame myself, because I should have did the right thing and went into court and modified my child support, but I believed her for some reason when she was telling me it was cool. I know you ain't making $12 million a year, so just give me $5,000, just give me $6,000, just give me whatever. So that's what I was doing, and yeah, man. And she told them people that the judge allowed them to say it was a gift, man. It was crazy.
Now, why did this happen? Here's another man who put the wrong woman in the wrong position. Let me tell you something, boy. A woman will support you doing something she doesn't respect if she benefits from it. She was telling him this, and she was like, in her mind, she was thinking, this dude's he's such a sucker. He's so gullible and weak. But she will support you doing something she doesn't respect if she benefits from it. Oh, man, listen, a woman will let you give her your last if she needs it for something. She don't give a damn if you homeless. She don't give a damn if you can't pay your bills. She don't care. She's just concerned about her own stuff. That's why you got to apply the ism to the world, man. You can't be no sucker. You can't be no trick out here. I ain't got no love or respect for no trick, man. You the biggest kind of sucker. You give a woman everything. And I'm telling you, man, you can't be like that, man, because a woman will let you give her whatever you want to give her, man. That's why if a woman lives her life that way, and I'm telling you like this, man, and this is a fact, women cannot deny this. When a woman ain't got her shit together, she's more likely to be purchased by someone. She's more likely to be willing to deal with someone just on the basis of finances. And that could easily turn into a situation where she's giving favors for finances. You know what I'm saying? Where she's giving honey for money. Because if she doesn't have it, then just the resilience in a woman is going to make her figure out a way to get it. It may be unscrupulous. It may not be the way that you would want her to get it. That's why you got to make sure that a woman mindset is not broke. See, you can have a woman who got money with a broke mindset, and she don't even understand her value either because she tried to put her value in the money. Many women, if you meet a woman who put her value in the money, and let me tell you, man, listen, I've dated women, man, who had, and I use the word date because it's popular, but man, I've had women in my life, man, who, they made, I'm talking about real paper. Real paper. I had a run, man, with every woman I was dealing with, man, was doing at least 350 a year. Like I had a run in there, man. But just with them being busy and me being busy, it was never able to manifest into anything else. You know what I'm saying? And for me, with me being busy and her being busy, then she needing her rest and me needing my piece of time, my peace time. We just didn't have a lot of time to spend together. And so it just ended up being okay. We would, we will make this time, then we would make this time, then we both get real busy and just couldn't make that time. Then you look up and it's been like, it's been 4 months, since we seen one another. We still talking, but after 4 months, and then something comes up on her end or my end where it's going to be, at least another month before we can see one another. Two people ain't seen each other, man, in 6 months. Man, you know that shit. It don't matter how much a woman like you, bro. If you ain't been able to see her in 6 months, for whatever reason, if you guys haven't been able to see each other for 6 months, then it's gonna kind of fizzle out. You know what I'm saying? But it's always gonna be amicable. It's just gonna be, wrong time, wrong place, wrong space. And I say this to y'all, man. Those women who be really getting money like that, man, they don't spend a whole lot. When they come spend time with you, they're gonna beautify themselves. But man, if they at the crib just chilling, man, or they just let's say they just at home, say they're going to take their mom to brunch or something, man, they ain't finna get all dimed up, man. They're gonna look good, but they're gonna be plain Jane like hell, man. And so you got to understand that when a woman attaches her value to money, you see it on her. Those are the women who spend money on all these fashions and shit. All these women who got, they got $15,000 worth of Louboutin shoes in the closet, man. Like those type of women, man, they're not fit for the life of a man who has his shit together. They're fit for the life of a man who's easily impressed by a woman with stuff. For me, I ain't never been impressed by a woman with stuff. I don't even like a woman with all that stuff because she kind of living like a dude a little bit. You know what I mean? She's kind of living like a dude a little bit. So you got to understand that, yes, a woman will promote you. She will perpetuate and support you doing something that she knows is wrong for you because she benefits from it.
Okay, now your dad is Steve Harvey, and I feel like he's a guru of relationships. We see him be an incredible husband to your mom. And obviously he had the book, Think Like a Man. Like, I feel like everybody wants to know, what is the one piece of advice he's given you that really has stuck?
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
That's like his golden slogan for me.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize? What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.
I even feel like a lot of people could have speculated so many things in your past relationships, and you've always been so classy and very mum's the word. You're like, I'm not going to be out here saying a whole lot, but if it does not serve me, I'm moving on. Okay, now your dad is Steve Harvey. Got that. Now, so many things get written about you in the press, but I've always wanted to know, what is like the biggest misconception about who Lori Harvey is?
It's so funny because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we have like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
No.
Like full-blown stories I've heard. I've dated a father and son before.
Not true?
Absolutely not true. And I've even heard that I'm a lesbian at one point. So, you know, there's been a lot of different things.
You're
a
like,
lot of stories, a lot of misconceptions.
Does it entertain you?
Oh, I think they're hilarious. I love the stories. They're very entertaining. I will give them that.
Yeah.
Very entertaining, but I just let it roll off my shoulder.
I
Like,
love
it's fine.
that.
Now, this applies for everyone. If a woman believes she's the prize, run as far as you can away. Any woman who says she's the prize has absolutely nothing to offer you except her body. She's been elevated by beta male simp manginas. In this girl's case, it's the beta male simp mangina king, Steve Harvey, who has motivated her to believe that she has more value than she has. Her mother is Margie, after all. She is who her mama is. A giraffe mama cannot birth a zebra baby. A cockroach mother cannot birth a black widow spider baby. A bald eagle mother cannot birth a sparrow baby. Whoever her mama is who she is. So no matter what somebody done told her, no matter what somebody done promoted in her mind as a reality of life, she is who her mama is. She ain't gonna be nothing different than what her mama is. Look at her actions. Only thing she ain't did is marry nobody. But she been all over the place. Why? Because she is who her mama is. If you want to know who a woman is, go meet her mama. Go meet her mama. And especially if you know her mama past. So you got to know her mama past. Find out her mama past. And then you'll find out who that woman is. And if she isn't that way now, all she's doing is running away from who she is. You are who you are. Your mama and your daddy get together. They come together and they become one flesh. That's you. You are a combination of your mama and your daddy. The only difference is whatever point in society you're born in influences you, just like whatever point in society they were born in influenced them. But you are a combination of your mama and your daddy. So if you know her mama and you know her daddy, you know who the broad is. And let me tell you the truth. 9 times out of 10 in this society, her mom is a 304. And so she is too. Her past is her enemy and yours. That's why she hides it. It's her enemy and yours for 2 different reasons. Now, it's her enemy because it will destroy her future if it's out there, if she wears it like a badge of honor. It's your enemy because you need to flee the hell away from it. You men got to understand, man, like, listen, this is not a game out here, brothers. This is not a game. You have got to keep in mind, that just because a woman says she's a prize or a woman says she has this value, look at her life and see where her value come from. What is it attached to? Lori Harvey's value is attached to her mama marrying Steve. That's her value. Her value is attached to a man's name who's not even her father. So a woman will say whatever she needs to say in order to make you feel however she wants you to feel at any particular time. She will also say whatever she needs to say in order to make herself feel however she needs to feel at any particular time. She's using the ism on you. That's the ism principle. You say whatever you need to say in order to make a woman feel however she needs to feel at any particular time, and you let her say whatever she needs to say in order to make herself feel however she needs to feel at any particular time. As long as however she's feeling benefits whatever you building, then hey man, you should be ready and willing. I'm gonna tell y'all, brothers, man, we live in a world where a woman can be like, she can literally be a nobody and she's still somebody. A man who's a nobody is a nobody. Literally, man. As a man, you are forced to live in reality until you build yourself up and get enough money where you can buy you can buy you a falsification of the facts, where you can buy your own little metaverse. But in the meantime, man, on the base level, on the average, for the average man, Man, you got to live within your truth. There ain't no make-believe life for you as a man. You can't act like you paid the bills because something gonna get cut off. It's a make-believe life for a woman all the time, man.
She have a serious
I've been
problem.
proposed to 11 times, and the main obstacle that I have to face is the spiritual connection. My question to you is, what should I do to keep my standards, but also making sure that message gets across?
You've been proposed to 11 times.
Yes. I'm a good woman, so I get,
You've been proposed to 11 times.
But it's
what
just,
you want?
Well, I mean, when they're successful, I like to be able to say, okay, God did that. Thank God for it. Or let's incorporate, the blessings that God has given you too. And you're like, no, God had nothing to do with this.
Of all these men you met, 11 of them that asked you to marry him. Before it get to the will you marry me, the spiritual thing then had to have come up.
It has. You have men that will go through the motions, but then you see that side that is not really the genuine article.
So your selection process is shot. Your selection of men who you decide to go out with, to share your time with, because when something got to happen to get to 11 proposals.
Yeah.
This is, you got to get up the road for a proposal.
Yeah.
Men don't ask this question real quick.
No.
What's the quickest a man ever asked you to marry him?
4 to 6 months, I would say.
And you ain't figured out yet, before we get to that point, do you love the Lord?
Well, we
do you
about
honor
it.
God?
Right. They show that, but it's not really, it's not the real deal.
Okay, so now let me ask you, what are you asking me exactly then?
What do you think? Am I like?
Yes.
Listen, man. You got to understand. Look how nonchalantly she discusses piling up these bodies like this. That's 11 bodies, man. 11 bodies. Look at how easily she talks about that. Because I'm going to be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, I say there are some suckers out here who will let a woman string them along and then marry her, but not her. I'm be honest with you, man. I mean, she's just not attractive enough for a man to be willing to marry her just to get laid. Like she ain't a woman that can have a man stringing him along for that long, man. Unless he just no man. I mean, if he ain't got, unless she was talking about men who got money. There's just no way. Ain't no man who got money, man, finna wait and be strung along by her and then be forced to be proposed to her in order to get laid, man. Ain't no man finna do that. So we talking about a woman who is more than likely just piling up bodies, man, and it's okay to her. And then the crazy thing is she comes on out in public on social media on a show, a very popular man's show, and says this because she doesn't understand that you don't want a woman who has been out there for years. That's why when we talk about having a virgin wife or a woman who hadn't been out there a lot, man, women don't understand that. They feel like there must be something wrong with you. Why don't you want a woman like me who's caught 11 bodies in the past 3 or 4 years? Because I don't. Why would I want that? Man, let me tell you something. I had a woman tell me, man, and she bragged about it. She said, no. And because she asked me a question. She said, she asked me, do I care about body count? I was like, I mean, if you volunteer the information, cool. I'm never gonna ask you though. I mean, and you know why I'm not gonna ask her? Well, I wouldn't ask her anyway because you're never gonna know the number. Like she's not gonna give you the real number. The only way a woman's gonna give you the real number is if it's really low. If it's like 3, she'll give you the real number. You know what I'm saying? If it's a woman, not gonna even tell you 12. She ain't gonna tell you 12. If she gonna always keep it inside double digits. I'm telling you. But think about this. There was a time when a woman would keep it low. Now a woman thinks it's bragging to say, well, you could count my bodies on your 10 fingers. I'm like, well, damn, baby, that could be 10. That's what I'm saying to myself. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, in retrospect, when you hear Brittany say 35, I guess we just had to accept in this society in America that 10 is low. 10 is almost none in this society, to be honest with you, man. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, bro, where do we get to the point where guys still give these women that type of energy and that type of attention like they're wifey material? And that's what elevates her to believe that she can share that she can call 11 bodies. Oh, I'm still looking for a husband. And no, a man should still want to marry me if I've caught 11 bodies. Man, 11 bodies without a ring is nasty. That's nasty, dog. 11 bodies with no husbands in there, that is foul. I'm going to be honest with you. 5 bodies with no husbands is foul. I'm going to be honest with you. 3 bodies with no husbands is foul. Like, that's foul, bruh. With no husband? Man, listen, there are women with 10 bodies who ain't never been in like no type of monogamous attempt at a committed relationship, bruh. And we're not talking about relationship bodies. We're talking about just randoms. Come on, bruh. You know we can't go for that. You know we can't go for that. But it's the same thing that, you know, Steve Harvey would say, here this woman is, man, she been dating all over the place, man. And somebody tell my man, even with Jonathan Majors, man, you know, it's a rumor out Jonathan Majors, man, might be married to Megan Good, man. Don't you understand, boy, a woman will catch you at your weakest point, man, and take advantage of that and make what she wants to happen in her life happen. That's why she got to buy into the process of your progress. She got to be trying to make what happen. And she got whatever she focusing on in her life needs to be what you're focusing on. She need to be focusing on the way to benefit what you're doing. If she's not doing that, man, she ain't worth the time, man. She ain't worth the grind, man. You damn sure better not share your shine. I'm gonna tell you, man, there's a lot of Brunson brothers out here that's messing up the game in some major ways, dog. Major.
Jesse's mess over good men. They sleep around, have fun, and breed with the bad boys. But they will mess over good men. It's because they see some sign of weakness. Your weakness is screaming out to them, and they're jumping in to take advantage. I know you pride yourself on being a good man, because that's how you were raised. But if you don't man up, these Jessies gonna smell you from a mile away. And you will be a victim of her wrath. Good luck. Jessies mess over good men. They sleep around.
Here's a woman telling you what Dr. BOA has been saying for so long. You got to keep your gaiters placed squarely on her esophagus. That's your job as a man. That's your duty to yourself, to keep your gaiters squarely placed where the point of the heel is in her larynx. That is what you must do. If you don't, she will take advantage of your weakness. She will take advantage of your inability to do certain things. Now, somebody may say, well, BOA, how do I know when I got my gaiters on the neck? First of all, if you don't have the energy to hit her with the Savage Pack, then you ain't got your gaiters on her neck. You got to hit her with the Savage Pack. Man, let me tell you something. Intimacy is a time to punish her. Intimacy is a time to remind her that you the damn boss. It is not a time to be focusing on trying to, make her feel good or how many times she gonna get off. Man, let me tell you something, bro. If you go Savage Pack, she gonna be all right. She gonna get what she need. You understand? She gonna get off. But you trying to break a record, man, I got all 5 times before I got all 1 because you're a fucking idiot. That's why. You're a lame. You're a sucker. You pedestalizing a woman so much, man, that you think it's something to brag about to serve her. Y'all around here serving women up, man. Y'all think it's something to brag about? Whatever happened to the ism? The ism don't serve no brow. The brow serve the pimping, man. What's wrong with y'all? I ain't never seen nothing like it, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it. It's crazy out here in the world, man. Y'all out here living a life that doesn't benefit you, but it benefits the woman because you believe benefiting the woman benefits you like a beta male simp mangina, man. Come on, man. Y'all boy got to do better than this, man. Y'all got to do better than this, man. You got to keep your gators, man, placed squarely on her neck, man. At all times. I'm talking about you can't let up. The only time you let up to take the gator off is when you're switching feet, fool. That's the only time. Man, I ain't playing no game with no woman out here, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Everything you build, you got to protect it. You got to protect it with your life. You got to protect it with your spirit. You got to protect it with your mind. You got to protect it with your paper. You got to protect everything out here. And the number one reason that men lose out is because they let a woman come in and take shit. They let a woman come in and take over. They let a woman come in. Hey, man, when a woman come in, man, boy, let me tell you something. When I come into the office, she could be on lunch break. When I come into the office, it breaks over. Let's get out here and get it. I ain't got no time for that, man. I ain't got no time for it. Listen, I ain't gonna make no time for it, bro. I don't even like it. I don't like the thought of it. The concept of it don't even sound good. I ain't rocking with that, man. Why you hating? Appreciate the fireball. I served 6 years active duty army, and I knew a Hispanic woman that was in my unit that was feeling me and the whole crew just like that, man. And I'm telling you, man, it happens so much. It happens so much, man. It just happens. Like men just have to accept that. Blocks deep. Yeah, blocks deep. Appreciate the dub. The day we get a woman president, I'm moving out this country, man. You and me both. You and me both. That crazy talk, Dame Dash talking, man. But listen, man. Jamal Turner, appreciate the dub. Went on a 3-day camper trip with my son. No phone, straight peace. Hadn't been back 3 hours before that chick started coming at me sideways. Hung up on her and didn't talk to her since. 3 days turned to 3 weeks and ongoing. Hey, man, shout out to you, JT, man. That's how you got to do it, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. You don't put a woman on ice to hurt her. You put her on ice because that's what she deserves. See, we're not trying to hurt the woman. We're not trying to make her feel bad. We're not trying to do her bad. We're going to give her what she deserves. You come at me sideways, you deserve some ice. Because here's the thing. Why let a woman, I'm not letting a woman come at me sideways. You know what? Because I got another woman who ain't going to come at me sideways. You know what I'm saying? I already got a woman who ain't going to come at me sideways. And so if this woman over here, she comes sideways, man, I'm cutting her ass off. You know what I'm saying? The very moment you do, you have lowered yourself below my standard. It's about standards, man. And every time you let a woman come at you sideways and you deal with it and you just accept it, man, you have lowered your standard. You've lowered your standard. Alpha Kingdom, salute to the homie Alpha, man. Y'all go subscribe to the homie Alpha, man. You know, a brother that been out here, man, traveling around this globe, man, doing a whole bunch of things for a long time. Before you ever heard of the term passport, bro, the homie was using his passport, getting them stamps, man. Salute to you, man. It's the mob, baby. Salute, my brother. Respect and blessings. Salute to you, Fee. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Bama needs you. What's good, man? Salute to you. Welcome to the family. So, man, let's get back into this thing right quick, man. I appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
I see a couple, y'all. I see a couple. See a little couple. You doing? You good? What you mean, bro? No, Soprano, what you doing? Watch out. You tripping. We recording. It's a video. You tripping. I ain't mean. You tripping, bro. You good. You good, bro. I ain't want to touch you.
Let me tell you something, man. That boy about to catch a charge over a man just touching the shoulder of his bride. He about to catch a charge, man. And the crazy thing is, this same man, if he caught his woman with another man, he wouldn't do nothing to the woman. But he'll take the other man right on out. Why? Because you don't want to accept that you have turned a hoe into a housewife. You don't want to accept that. Now, this may not be his situation, but that energy right there is the energy of a man who feels like, this is me. She belongs to me, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. If you in the States, man, you ain't met no woman worth having. If you're in the States and you ain't got a good woman already, man, you ain't never met a woman who worth holding on to, man. You ain't never met a woman who worth claiming as your own. You heard what I said in the song. But she can't claim me when she's not with me. She can't claim me when she ain't with me. When she with me, hey man, she giving me the wifey experience. Like when she with me, we're a real life married couple, man. Like I'm talking about me waking up every morning, eating breakfast, drinking coffee out on the balcony, looking at the water, man. And we get up, man. I take care of a little business, man. And she prepare our lunch, man. We eat lunch, we go out, we do something, man. We make we do things, all the days she with me, we like a married couple. As soon as her ass hit the door, man, she go back to her life. I go back to mine. I'm back to single, BOA. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, that's the best a woman can get from me until she earns that more. She has to earn more of that. How does she earn more of that? By bringing so much value to my life that I want her around more. She don't get that shit just because of no time frame. If 5 months in, if a year in, you give me the same thing you give me a year ago, you don't get no extra shit. You got to give more to get more. If you want your return on your investment to be more, invest more. That's how you do that.
Why, Daddy?
Talk to your mama. Talk to your mama. Don't talk to me. Talk to your mama. Same reason why your mama wanted more money. She told she wanted child support. And she think I'm gonna continue to do for y'all. Nah, that shit dead. Talk to your mama. Don't call me for nothing. Y'all don't even have to call me no more. Talk to your mama, not me. Deal with your mama. Now call your mama and talk to your mama about it. Ask her why she did what she did. And that'll explain why I did what I did. Now I would not be coming to get y'all no more. Yes, I am home. I'm not coming to get y'all no more. Talk to your mama. She don't care about how y'all feel. She don't care about the kid that's home. So that shit. I'm not coming no more.
Listen, man, and I want y'all to really understand this. Some people may look at that and say, well, he was wrong for that. And he was. But him being wrong started way before that. Way before that. I'm telling y'all, man, you got to keep it in mind. And these guys, I had a guy come and say, man, well, BOA, man, how you end up with a baby mama? You this. Man, let me tell you something, homie. How you end up with a wife? How your ass end up married? That's the worst position a man could be in America, man. And so you look at this right here, man. Here's a man, he made the mistake whenever he got with the woman. And let me tell y'all something. It ain't always about the woman. And some of y'all boys ain't gonna like this, but it ain't always about the woman. Sometimes the situation ended because you promised the woman a certain life. You promised the woman monogamy when you knew your ass couldn't give it to her. And then when she found out and got fed up and left, she didn't leave because you cheated. She left because you lied to her right to her face. She left because you wasn't man enough to be honest. That's what y'all don't understand. A woman don't leave you for cheating. She leave you because you lied to her face and told her it's just me and you. Even when she confronted you about it, when she had suspicions, you still lied. So it ain't that the woman left you because you had another woman. She left you because you're a habitual liar about the same thing. You some type of sucker. You can't even be honest about your life, man. And you got to think about it. When you meet the majority of these women out here, they dealt with that. They've been lied to. They've been cheated on. They've been beat on. They've been robbed. They had money taken from them. Somebody done touched them in a way they shouldn't have had touched them. Man, these women are scarred out here, man. So you got to make her earn everything she gets, because if she earns it, then that means she's learned it. And she hadn't gone through so much fire that she had to burn it. That's what y'all got to understand, man. Sometimes a woman she can't buy into what you got because she's already stretched out so thin from buying into other people's shit. So she ain't got nothing to give you no more. But it's not your job to save that woman. It's not your job to let that woman get a free ride. It's not your job to try to put that woman on your side when the woman ain't ready to go along for the ride. It's your job to make sure you protect what you're building and not have any woman around you who can't contribute to it. If she can't contribute to what you got going on, she ass ain't meant to be a part of it. When KS said these women need counseling, he wasn't lying, man. So, the top 10 pimp principles, there's actually 12, to keep you from getting played like Papoose, Steve Harvey, and Will Smith. Number 1, If you can't teach her, you can't reach her. That's where shut up and obedience come in at. If you can't teach her, if she won't shut up long enough to take heed to what you're saying, you can't teach her. And if you can't teach her, you can't reach her. And so you don't need her, so don't keep her. Number two, she wants you for the money in exchange for the honey. She got to give you more than the honey to get access to the money. By access to the money, I mean provision. If you're gonna provide for a woman, man, she better be coming with something. When you look at our Gucci man and Keisha KO, when you look at her, man, listen, man, that man went to prison. She had flipped his money and tripled it by the time he got out. And we ain't talking about no $100. We talking about a couple million. She flipped it to $6 million, and however she flipped it, you know she was making some major business deals because that's the only way you could flip $2 million into $6 million. And he was plugged in. As soon as he hit the ground, he was able to hit the ground and run it. That's a woman you provide for because you know what she did when you were put away on the shelf. She provided for you, helped that man get in shape, and all of those things. That's the type of energy that you need to have. You could say she got babies and she got this. Okay, well, listen, some of y'all out here got women who ain't got no babies at all, and she ain't giving you nothing but a hard time. So I'm gonna tell you like this: when you apply the ism to the square world, when you talk about the pimp principles, hey man, any woman that can flip $2 million into $6 million, man, I don't care if she got a couple kids, man. She finna be on the team. She's paid. Listen, she done paid for her kids already. If you come out and this woman that gave you $4 million that you didn't have before, hey man, that's a lifetime. She done paid for her kids' whole lifetime. So I'm good. Come on in. I ain't got to take care of your kid. You done already made the money to take care of them. $4 million? Come on, man. Y'all tripping. Number three, she will get what she wants from you or elsewhere. She ain't gonna never settle for not getting what she wants. She gonna get it from you or she gonna get it from somewhere else. She ain't gonna never go too long without getting what she wants. And if you know you're not giving it to her, you can rest assured that she's getting it from somewhere else, man. You can guarantee that. You know, I've never seen this number on exactly 1,000, man, but it was exactly on 1,000. But that's neither here nor there. Number four, her past is her enemy and yours too. It's her enemy because it has ruined her. It's your enemy because you need to stay the hell away from it. Because if it ruined her, you attach yourself to it, it's going to ruin you too, homie, by default. Number five, be her boss, not her partner. Your life is your business. You are the boss of that business. How in the hell you going to bring her in as a partner? She can't never be a partner. She's an employee. You put her in the position, you give her the responsibility that she needs, make sure she knows what's required of you, and make sure she knows what her compensation is going to be for being in the position. If you don't look at relationships like a business and you're the boss of it, you're never going to be able to be in a position of power, and you damn sure ain't going to deal with a woman with the ism. I'm telling you that, man. Another thing, number six, Savage Pack is life. Man, listen. The speed don't matter. Fast, slow, up, down, it don't matter. It's got to be savage. You understand? It's got to be savage, man. There's got to be some things in there. Listen, even if you so-called making love to one man, bite her. Let me tell you, I ain't saying bite no plug out of her, but man, let me tell you something. While you down there trying to be out general with her, bite one on. It ain't gonna hurt her too bad. You know what I'm saying? As long as you savage packing, you know what I'm saying? As long as you hitting her with the backstroke, then man, it ain't gonna matter. But you got to be savage. You got to mix some pain. All savage pack mean, man, and mixing some pain in with her pleasure, man. You got to always do that. You can never be so focused on her pleasure that you forget to mix in the pain. But that's how you put yourself in the position of intimate servitude to a woman, when you forget to add the pain with the pleasure. All right, very simple. That's a gem I just dropped on y'all. Number 7, make her earn everything she get. Don't give her nothing. Make her earn it. If she earns it, it's hers, right? Like if you work 40 hours, then that check they're giving you, they ain't doing you no favor. They're giving you what you earn, right? Same thing with her. Number 8, trust is not a word you use for a woman. Trust her to do what? She can't even trust herself to be the same. She can't even trust herself to be the same every day. She can't trust her own thoughts. She can't trust her own mind. She can't trust her own energy. So how in the hell are you going to trust her? Trust is not a word for God. Trust is not a word for woman. Trust is a word for God, man. Number 9, she is who she was raised to be, but she acts very well. She can win an Academy Award for trying to be a good girl. She can win an Academy Award for trying to be your wife. She can win an Academy Award for trying to act like she ain't been with about 1,500 men. She could do that. And if you let her do it, then you might as well give her the Academy Award, sucker. Because I'm going to tell you like this, man. You better remember that she is who she was raised to be, and she ain't gonna never change. Number 10, she loves the feeling of being loved by you, but she can't reciprocate the same level of dedication that therefore can love you back. She cannot be dedicated to you like you could be dedicated to her. She cannot be aligned with your will like you can be aligned with hers. You have to keep your gaiters on her neck. You have to treat her like an employee, and you have to have a system of punishment, a system of rewards and punishment, a system of consequences and repercussions. Man, you got to have that, man. If you don't have it, then no relationship you ever be in with a broad is going to work, man. Number 11, she will support you doing something she doesn't respect if she benefits from it. Never let a woman use you, man. Never do nothing that you don't respect. Never do anything that doesn't benefit you. You avoid this by not doing things that don't benefit you. Only do things that benefit you. You understand what I'm saying? Always do that, man. And number 12, if her need for pleasure supersedes everything else in her life, I know damn well you ain't finna make that type of woman your wife, boy. Don't you do it. Better do what Diddy did. Play with young Miami. Don't stay with young Miami. When you want to plant your seeds somewhere, make sure it's somewhere else. Because if her need for pleasure supersedes everything else, then that's going to reflect on you having a kid with her. The worst thing you could do is have a kid with a hoe, man. That's the worst thing you could do. The worst thing you could ever do is have a kid with a hoe, man. Ain't no recovering from that. No recovering. Because now, you want to believe that, if you and a woman end up not being together, that the mother of your child has some respect for herself, has some sense of motherhood and motherly pride or something that will keep her from living a certain life. But the thing is, if she already living that life, why you got her pregnant in the first place? Don't do it, homies. Don't do it. So look, homies, I appreciate y'all being in the building, man. Been a phenomenal show, man. As always, man. As always. So I don't know what's really going on, man. But right now, the BOA channel is turning into a live stream channel, man. Look, we just did a phenomenal show on the King Ray Ray channel earlier today, man. Y'all should go check that out, man. And we're gonna get a little bit more consistent with these things, man. And so right now, man, we live streaming it away over here, man. And let's see how it goes, man. I appreciate the support. The channel is performing optimally, man. I mean, I really, as far as everything goes, as far as, views, watch time and everything, man, like since I've been on this platform, man, I think I'm proud to let y'all know, man, that thanks to y'all support, that September 2023 has been the best year that I've ever had on this platform. I mean, it's all numbers considered, you know what I'm saying? Like all analytical data considered, it's been the best month that I've had on this platform, man. I mean, it really has. And so, I appreciate y'all support for that, man. And y'all showing up and resonating with the content, man, and sharing the content and just really, man, just being a part of the AlphaSphere, man. I'm very appreciative, man, because this is just a gift of oration that God gave me, man. And I appreciate the fact that y'all take the time out of your day to come through the AlphaSphere, man, like y'all do, man. So listen, man, y'all put God first, keep grinding and growing. SJ3, my brother, man, as always, bro. I appreciate you, man. I really do. All the brothers who came through, man, with the support, super chat support, all the new members, man, that joined in, and then all of you guys too who watch, and maybe you can't afford to be a member right now, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching, man. It's not that y'all aren't important because y'all don't pay to be a member, man. I appreciate all y'all watching, man, because my goal is to share information that men can use in their lives and pass on to their sons, man, and even some you can pass on to your daughters, man. So again, Darren Morgan, man, appreciate the $50 sponsorship of the show. All the other supporters, I appreciate y'all, man. Let's go ahead and get ready to slide out of here, man. And what I want y'all to do is remember, man, you're going to always meet a woman who got something going on in her life. But it don't even really matter to us over here, because no matter what they say, no matter what they do, everywhere you go, remind them, the alpha's up, beta's down is indeed the motto. Peace.
Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. All we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
See, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-upness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-upness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players.